have with us Mr. Samiran Gupta. He is heading ICANN India. So, sir, I'll ask you the first question. What do you really do, and how do you explain your work, to people who are not technical?
Right. Thank you. My job is to be the bridge between ICANN, the organization, and the community in India. And when I say the community in India, it includes the government, it includes the technical and the academic communities, it includes the end users, anybody who is using the internet. And the focus of what I do is to bring more people from India into the global internet governance conversation.
Okay. So what do you really mean by internet governance?
Right. So all of us use the internet, and we only think about it two times: when you're renewing your plan or paying your bills, and the second time when it's not working. Right. So you only think about the internet when it doesn't work, or when you have to pay and you're looking for the best data plan. But have you ever stopped to think about how it works? Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a huge, complex technical function which is taking place in the background to make this happen. Today, you're getting search results in milliseconds. How does that happen? It's not only about your data bandwidth. Sure, that is a part of it. But there are a lot of technologies which are in the back end supporting this process. Okay?
Right.
And the core of this lies what we call right of the dot. That's where the start of any query on the internet, or even when you're sending an email, that's where almost on the transaction after you hit the send button starts.
Right.
And that's the area which is the domain name system, or you can call it the unique identifiers of the internet technology that reside in that area, and that's what we work on.
Fantastic. Okay, sir. I have another question, which is, we have a lot of CEOs and owners of SMEs in India, and so what do you think they should keep in mind while building a website or thinking about building a system? So what they should be knowing about it, or ICANN, and how they can make sure that the systems they are building is secure enough.
So I think ICANN is working at a very core level, okay, and there are many layers beyond ICANN. So and rightly so, because of those layers, you don't get to see ICANN's actual functioning. You have, when you're setting up a database, you probably, or rather when you're setting up a website, you're probably buying some space on a server. You have to go and get a domain name. But the only engagement you may have indirectly with ICANN is when you are getting a domain name. So to that extent, it is very limited for a SME, business person to have an engagement with ICANN. What is more important is to again go back to what I started by saying earlier. Try to appreciate how the internet works and what are the policies that have been developed, and a lot of people who volunteer in supporting this process, they do it as part of their work. In other words, it is spending an hour a week or 2 hours a week on internet governance is part of your daily routine. It's not something extra you're doing. You need to do this, or you need to understand and appreciate and do this, because it's going to help the overall ecosystem.
Right. Okay, so in recent past, since 25 May 2018, GDPR has been acted, right? So how ICANN comes into picture when it comes to securing the personal information of people? How ICANN global is contributing to this?
So I can, there's a part of ICANN which is where the registries and registrars of domain names engage. And in that part, there's a lot of personal information that is collected through. And because of GDPR, the focus has been, particularly for European data center, has been to kind of keep that information, personal information, secure and private. Okay. So now the way it all has developed so far is that what the European regulations were requiring is also somewhat in variance to, let us say, the contracts we have with registries and registrants. Okay. So for example, there is something called the WHOIS.
Yes.
It's a lookup system. Now, for European data centers, you won't find any enough information anymore. Okay. So, what should, let's say, a law enforcement agency, which probably suspects Mr. X or Mr. Y in a European nation or an EU nation for violating some, security practices,
right.
How do they really verify? How should they get to? So, and equally, how does all the registries and registrars across the world, the government, make themselves compliant, even if whether they have 100,000 European name or 10 European name, it's the same law. Absolutely. Okay. So we have played a role. ICANN is playing a role in and we are in constant touch with the European Union and the data protection agencies over there in trying to build a mechanism which makes the registries and registrars compliant as per the EU GDPR. Okay. And also, it allows third parties access to some data which normally is not available. So we are trying to build those mechanisms, and we are doing that in consultation with the community. It's not something we are doing unilaterally. We are sharing with the community, we're taking community feedback. There are community groups which are trying to build their own models, and we welcome that. We're not saying that eventually there will be one, and we will try to incorporate the best of all the models into that model. So this model, we are calling it currently Unified Access Model. Okay. And it's up for public comments, and you will see new versions coming up. And anyone who has an interest in this topic could place on their comments.
So, sir, in similar ways, one of the regulations was that if a person is, visiting to any of the countries in the EU, the 28 countries, they will be considered as data subject. If somebody is traveling to those countries, and if somebody is,
they are not European nationals.
Yes, and if somebody is going out of EU, they will be considered, be it India or someplace else, they will be considered as non-data subject. So it's a conflict, right?
I am not very clear about this provision. Okay. To the best of my knowledge, the EU GDPR is relevant to European data subjects.
Yes.
Okay. Natural or
absolutely, yeah,
non-natural. I'm not sure if I visit Amsterdam or let's say Helsinki again. Whether I will be suddenly temporarily a European data center. I'm not very clear about it, but since you're asking, there must be some gray area which you have caught on to.
Yes.
And maybe you should talk to an expert on this.
Okay, sure. So the next question is that what are the challenges ICANN is facing in India?
So I think in India, quite frankly, there was, for the longest time, there was not enough understanding of what we do.
Okay, so basically there is
The
no awareness.
awareness, and some of it you can equally say that right, there wasn't enough understanding because there weren't enough people from ICANN, giving attention to it or spending time in it. Or whatever, I mean, whichever you want to say.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I've been here, I've been with ICANN for the last 4 years. We've reached out to the governments, government in Delhi, and wherever else they've had interest in knowing what we do. We are trying to build a more dynamic community. I mean, at the end of the day, I work for ICANN, the organization, and technically
Yes.
you're the community.
Absolutely.
And if you don't participate, I have no way to serve you better.
Yes.
So you need to participate more, or the community needs to participate more robustly and help create the right policies that govern.
So I'll be very specific on this. Similar lines. We have educational institutions, we have the government, we have individual professionals like us, then we have companies like IndusNet and bigger companies.
Right.
So, how can these people contribute?
So there is almost like everyone that you spoke of, there is a role in the ICANN internet governance ecosystem.
Okay.
And so the way this is organized is, and I can show you some graphics at a later stage.
Yes.
There are so this multi-stakeholder model that I described. One of the key issues of this model is to ensure that no one group takes or has more control over another group in the policy making process.
Yes.
So the policy has to be built through consensus. Okay. So the way we have, the way this structure has evolved is that there are 3 supporting organizations. And these 3 are the address supporting organizations. So people who actually purely work on the addressing part, the numbers part. Second is the generic name supporting organization, GNSO. And there is a third, the third group is the country code number supporting organization, CCNSO. The CCNSO typically means like .in, .uk, and the GNSO means typically .com. But the GNSO also has a split. So there are the contracted parties house, which means the registries and registrars, which have contracts with them, and the other part. So the other part has the IP community, the intellectual property community. It has the business community, like BC. So you would, as IndusNet technology, you would be a member of BC, okay? And it has the ISPs. Okay, it also has the non-commercial users. So if she was running a think tank or NGO, she could represent. Okay, so there's room for everyone. Okay, on the other side, these supporting organizations initiate the policy making process. Okay, when the new policy has to be initiated, it comes from the SOs. On the other side, you have what we call the advisory committees. Okay, so the governmental advisory committees, as I said, over 160 countries, which are represented. India plays a very strong role in the GATT. Okay, then there are 2 technical committees. One is the RSEP, Root Server Systems Advisory Committee. In fact, Anand Raje, who I referred to when I was speaking, he's from Kolkata, and he sits on the RSEP box. Okay. Then there is the Security and Stability Advisory Committee, which only look at the cyber security threat aspects. Okay. And again, related to the root zone. Okay. And the last thing is what we call the at large. So that's the community at large.
Wow.
Okay. So the internet societies, like Kolkata chapter of Internet Society, goes into that. So we've mapped the entire ecosystem. Now you have to find yourself in one of the And the way to get involved with ICANN is literally, and there is no entry barrier. You have to know where you want to fit. And once you, and you know, for that, my role is to help you figure that one out.
Right.
But once you figure that out, you just join the mailing list and you will start becoming part of the conversation that is happening globally. And then you can start contributing to that contribution, to that conversation.
Right.
And that's how it kind of picks up.
So, what is the team size as of yet in India?
You're looking at ICANN in India.
Okay.
Myself, I typically work with my colleagues from the regional office in Singapore.
Okay.
We have 30 colleagues. I have 30 colleagues over there, and then once a year I like to bring in a intern, or we call them apprenticeships, and we actually have, we've had 2 so far. And the role of the intern is to actually be my shadow in a sense, and attend meetings, understand what is happening, and this person, he or she needs to then write a paper and present it internally. So we have a very robust internship program, but otherwise it's a very lean team. We support each other through the world and in the region.
Yeah, so now we know what ICANN is. Now we know how each of us can contribute for ICANN in India. So the final last question would be that how do you want us as Indusnet Technologies, because we also have a digital marketing vertical, which is Eastern India's largest digital marketing company, called Indusnet Tech. So how can we contribute to it in terms of the team we have, in terms of the bandwidth and the money we could have to invest in the awareness programs for ICANN? So what should be the steps you
Firstly, I must compliment and thank you for thinking in terms of deploying your people in furthering the engagement relating to internet governance. That's really laudable because internet is a precious resource.
Yeah, and we are part of that. Every minute we are.
The way we breathe the air, the water we drink, the internet has become part of the same set of resources, whether we like it or not. Okay. So I think I'm very happy to come and spend time with, let's say, your colleagues. And talk about, like, just the way we had this conversation. I can actually spend more time and show you some pictures, some graphics. You can explain this better.
Okay.
And then you can brainstorm where you want to be. Okay, sure. You can brainstorm where you want to be. There are so many avenues. So I would not even suggest which one to do and what not to do.
Okay.
But then when you are ready, then you can engage with us and we can help you do 2-3 things. Okay. For example, there are the ICANN community members has grown significantly in India. Now India is a very large country, so I have to say that carefully. I mean, when I say significant, I don't mean it's like goes into thousands.
Mostly the business community.
So there is a technical community. There are people in Kolkata who are very deep in the technology side. That resource is available locally. But if you need somebody in the domain name space, like the conference that is happening tomorrow in Kolkata, the top domainers from India are here. And Ashwin Bikonia.
Yes.
Ashwin recently spoke at Oxford and he was talking about ICANN. So he is doing his part. Okay, in his own way.
Yeah.
So I don't want us to say that that you have to do it exactly this way. You have to find what you feel you can do and you feel is of value to the local community. Okay. So if you, and there are so many topics. There could be the technical part. There could be the law enforcement. The regulatory law enforcement. Let's say the legal part. there could also be a conversation on, let's say, the Indic adoption of the internet. Okay, that's yet another area that we're working on. Okay, and then when you have more and more young people involved, we have globally a very competitive but a very enriching fellowship program. Okay, so ICANN does 3 public meetings a year. And for those meetings, there are fellowships available. Okay, in fact, the fellowship round for our meeting, which will be held in March next year in Kobe, Japan, has opened now. So if somebody wants to apply, this is the time to apply. But there's fellowship, and there's something called the Next Gen, where you only target youngsters who are, let's say, master students, okay, or just finished a master's and got the first job.
So what do they typically do? What is their
We do immersive training for about the length of that meeting.
Okay.
So our meetings. Now we have, as I said, there are 3 categories of meeting. The A meeting is, we call it the A meeting, is the one which happens in October. That is the longest, it probably runs in 8 days. Okay, that includes a group meeting, it includes 2 public sessions. So, anyone in the hall can walk up to a mic and ask a question to the entire board. There are similar sessions for the entire staff. Okay, so they get to, they get a hands-on to those 8 days, what happens in which community, they get to participate, they get to learn. Some of us from the ICANN staff are sometimes deployed to give them small lectures, but it's really to learn and be guided in that process. The same thing happens with the next gen applicants. And then what we expect from them is that, when you go back to your countries, you should at least put in some effort to spread that information. Now, in practical terms, for some people it is very easy because they're already doing the same thing. For some people it may not be, but we still hope that at least they'll make one effort.
Yes.
It can't be that you come for a fellowship, it's very competitive, there are only 50 odd people, globally, who are there. So, and a lot of effort has been put into you. So, we would like to see that when you go back, you're doing something.
Yes.
Okay. Even if it is momentarily, and sometimes you can get started and then your work kind of become very large. You just started working somewhere and maybe for 2 years you can't, but then you come back.
Right.
And start engaging. So that is the spirit in which we absolutely.
Yeah. So it was really nice talking to Mr. Samiran Gupta, head of ICANN, and we'll look forward to meeting him again, having some great conversations about ICANN, and we really want to reach out to you people, the community, different communities in India, and we want you to participate in ICANN and the things they're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.